All right, let's get to Nick Cannon because he is sharing his thoughts on marriage and monogamy. He recently appeared on the Breakfast Club radio show where host Charlamagne Tha God asked him about having 4 kids with 3 different women. Nick responded by saying that the idea of marriage or just being with one person is an outdated concept. Watch.
I understand the institution of marriage and stuff, but if we go back to what that was about, that was the classified property. That was because a father gave another man his daughter for land. So when you really get to that concept, it's like, all right, well, we got to change all of this up because I don't want ownership over anybody. I don't have ownership of any of the mothers or, like, we create families in that sense of we created a beautiful entity.
What do you think, Al?
I think he's right and wrong at the same time. I do agree that, you know, back in the day, marriage was used, you know, in terms of for literally in exchange. Sometimes there would be sheep along with the dog, like literally things like that. But now when we talk about marriage and families, there is a stability that goes with that as well. And when you start talking about the next generation having a stable situation where the dad is around, because we do see all these shows on TLC about polygamy where there's 18 kids. Everybody's like, that's so great. But I always go, does the dad know anything about those 18 kids?
Right.
What scares them? What motivates them? What really is going on with these kids rather than just clothing and feeding? Because it's bigger than that, Jeff. So I think the more people you have involved, the less the kids can get lost in the shuffle.
Right, and we're just taking Nick Cannon's point of view here, right? We're not talking to any of the mothers.
Right.
Maybe
Good
they
point.
wanted a relationship.
Good point.
If they're both on board saying, hey, it's okay if and I'm not making a joke. If you want to impregnate me, I'll raise our kid together.
That's not
I'm totally cool with that. And if you're cool with that, then I'm cool with the whole situation. But if Nick Cannon's getting all these women pregnant and none of them want him to move on, they want a father figure in the home, not just send a check every month or whatever. And I'm not, again, throwing stones at Nick Cannon. Then that doesn't work. But everyone has to be on the same page.
Yeah, as long as his boundaries were open, wide open, I have 0 problems with this. I think monogamy is not like concrete. I think it's more like water. I think partnerships, marriages, relationships, all are changing rapidly. It's flexible. You see in the Netherlands, people aren't getting married anymore. They're just becoming partners. That's a different aspect to it psychologically. So to me, whatever you want to do, if you have the boundaries open and you're communicating, go for it.
Well, then I agree with all of you, but then legislation has to change because, you know, you can't go visit your loved one in the hospital if you're just a partner. That's why the LGBTQ community fights so hard to get the same rights as you and I, being in a heterosexual relationship. So I think it's really important, yes, to each its own, just as long as he is speaking very clearly, this is what my intent is. And I can only imagine he is. If he's that forthright on this radio show, I would only hope, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, he's that forthright in his relationship. So good, no problem for it. But
I know we got to move on, but there's somebody's got to stand up for marriage as well. Like there's there's an economic and just a stability that kids do need. Nick Cannon's in a different situation, but if you do have parents that are kind of floating in between people, your living situation, literally where you live, how you live, changing, that fluctuation is not great for kids and not great for a relationship.
I'm all for monogamy. That is the total opposite of what I'm looking for. I'm all for monogamy.
But some people are into it, clearly. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Al. That's very important. And I would even argue really quickly, some people do mate for life.
Yeah.
It's not only in the human species, penguins mate for life.
Absolutely.
We've all seen March of the Penguins.
I want to remind you.
Sam got a higher education.
Right. Got to sneak
March of the
Penguins into this
Penguins.
conversation.
I didn't see March of the Penguins.
You didn't?
Nope.
Well, it's phenomenal.
I'm afraid that an orca grabs one of us.
I think you're good. Right?
I'm pretty sure one of the penguins
You know what
will
you just
die.
did? You just pulled that's double jeopardy.
No, I'm pretty sure one of the penguins died.
They're all dead by now. They made that 10 years ago.
All right, I don't want to watch it.
You just breezed over my double jeopardy joke.
What's double jeopardy?
You know how everyone pretends they know? They're like, you can't be charged twice. It's called double jeopardy. It's like, we've all seen the movie. You did not go to law school. We've all seen the movie. That's what you just pulled right there.
Yeah, okay. I did not see it, though. All right.